Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike and I play with one Pokemon on the field.
I'm Kevin. I play with two Pokemon on the field.
This is going to be the most Pokésports episode of Pokésports that we've ever had.
That's a lie.
One might say that all the Pokésports will be happening today.
How much longer until we start talking about ears is the next question.
Oh, man, we got comments about that. No, we didn't. There was one comment. Chill. Yeah.
No, there was one comment that was like, ain't no way these two men on the internet both like watching earwax videos.
Why not? Are you kidding me?
Are you surprised? Can I get a show of hands out there for how many people find it at least mildly enjoyable to watch?
There are people who like all kinds of cleanings, right? There are some people who will watch ear cleaning videos. There are some people who will watch pimple popping videos. There are several people.
Same concept.
Who got incredibly famous off of that. And it's just hygiene.
What else is there? Tonsil stone removals.
Tonsil stone removals. Yes.
That's satisfying to watch. Mm-hmm. Blackhead removals. I guess that's under the same thing as pimple popper.
No, they're done differently.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Ingrown hairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
When they keep pulling and it keeps coming.
There are some people who are just not about it, and I respect that. You guys are doing stuff with your life, and I appreciate that for you. Good job.
So it took us that long, huh?
Yeah. So now I'm looking through the other comments on that one, and I'm seeing Dondozo being like, happy late birthday, Mike. So thank you. I appreciate all the people who are saying happy birthday. And it's also very funny that there are some people who said that was their first time listening to the podcast.
I'm so sorry.
The first thing that they hear is 20 minutes of us talking about ear or wax removal.
Oh, you just reminded me I'm going to be 30 next year, huh?
Oh, that's true. All the 1995ers are turning 30 next year.
We're getting there, guys. It's been a long, wild ride.
Wow. And in another 10 years, we're going to be saying the same thing about 40. And 10 years ago, we were saying the same thing about 20. Wow.
Did you have a midlife crisis, Mike?
No.
That's good.
I find I appreciate my age the older I get. Right now, at least, I haven't had that midlife, like, oh, no, stop kind of moment yet. But I'm sure I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I'll probably have it once I can actually grow a full beard and stop having a high school beard.
Specs Miraidon's Volt Switch, Okos Incineroars. Did you know that?
Yeah, that thing is insane. Only if the electric terrain's in the field. Because here's the stupid thing about it. Mm-hmm. The stupid thing is that you get the boost from the electric terrain. You get the boost from the electric Terra. You get the boost from the specs. And you also get a 30% boost from the Hadron engine.
Wow.
There's too many
we didn't
multipliers.
mention that part last.
Yeah, the Hadron engine. Yeah. That's also why Koraidon's kind of better than Groudon's, because you also get the Orichalcum pulse boost as well. So it just does too much hurts.
There was a comment last week that kind of throws Koraidon under the bus, as it were. Koraidon literally dies in 2 hits from Clefairy Moonblast.
I mean, yeah. You got him, yeah.
Isn't that something that Clefairy kind of hard counters Koraidon?
Yes. What's sad is, it can't use a dragon move.
Nope.
It can't use a fighting move.
I guess it could flamethrower or whatever, but...
Yeah, it could flare blitz him. Sure. Yeah. It might take 2, though. It might take a couple.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Faces King says, my Friday just got much better. Much love, y'all. I love reading the YouTube comments.
Yeah, they're so much nicer than the everywhere else comments.
Yeah.
They're a lot nicer than TikTok comments.
Sure. Because TikTok is people like finding us for the first time who don't know that they want to yet.
They're like, why is this on my feed?
Yeah, YouTube is like, you kind of have to make a concerted effort to be like, all right, I'll give these guys a shot. But TikTok is like, who's this? Then, all right, next. Oh, what's this guy talking about?
Now that I watched one of them,
sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, we did talk about that for at least 20 minutes.
Sure. It's always fun, the things that we talk about for a long time.
Mike's going to be a wrestling fan soon. whether he likes it or not.
You know what? I had this conversation with Joanna the other day where like I know that I would like it. It's the same kind of thing as like F1.
It's anime.
Me.
It's
I could
anime.
absolutely get into that kind of stuff because the
F1 is
lore,
scary.
The flashiness,
there is production value too. I know you're gonna enjoy the production value. Like specific, maybe not so much when we're there live on Saturday, but when we watch it home on Friday, it's actually very well put together. And the fact that it's all live is nuts. Sometimes it's like, wow, they are actually just doing this all on the spot, huh?
Yeah, I like just before this podcast, like seconds before the podcast, I had shared with Kevin Survivor 46's intro, and man, the production value on that kind of like that is what really sends me in this kind of television. If like we've got good close-up shots, if we've got good like high definition slow-mo shots, if we've got really cool angles, like that's what I'm about when it comes to watching something new.
All in the middle of the wilderness.
All in the middle of the wilderness. And then to bring it back to wrestling, like those kind of shots as well. Like there's always the action shots and there's always like the cool stats and stuff. That's why I love Japanese programming too.
I'm not
gonna be a millionaire. Oh
yeah. I'm not gonna share this with you now because it would not make any sense. But after the podcast, I'm gonna show you for those wrestling fans out there, Jey Uso's most recent France entrance when he came out in France. It was actually incredible because that's where a lot of the I guess production comes through, is the wrestlers have unique entrances, kind of displaying their character before they get into the fight. And the crowd was just going insane. And it's just everyone knows to turn their phone on, get the light up, and then in unison, all just do this at the exact same time. It looks so incredible.
That's super cool. I love that. See, we need little traditions like that in Pokemon. See, we need imagine if we did like walk-ons for the competitors. If
like entrance for the finals.
Yeah, for the finals, for the semifinals, quarterfinals, whatever.
They pop through the curtains.
You have everybody sitting down there. You've got the walkway in the middle. And it's like, in this side, it's Wolf Glick. Because of course it does. And he comes walking down. He does his little walk up. And then he goes and sits down at the table.
And then he mispronounces Pokemon wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to win with a Incineroar. Einsteineroar. And in the other corner, it's Rowan Hall, and he comes like skipping down. Like they take the slow-mo shots of him. There's sweat like falling off his face every which way.
Muscles breaking through his t-shirt.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And then he sits down. He takes a glass, just crushes it with his hands.
A glass?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you had that.
Yeah, right next to me. Ready. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Now we both just have trash on our
Yeah, we've got trash.
But yeah. Do you think that you, as Michael, the live show producer, can improve the current NAIC live stream? And if so, what ways? I know I'm giving you an interview.
They don't focus too much on lighting. And I'd say for sometimes it's for a good reason. You know, they've got, they don't want to distract the players. It's kind of tough to do in esports. But I think, again, like if you have a nice intro for your people, like get people hyped about the actual game.
They're doing better with storylines. Yeah.
Yes. They're doing that really, really well. They're playing like little intro movies for the players if applicable, for NAIC if they can. They do really well there. And to be fair, there are a lot of good moving lights that happen in NAIC specifically, not so much the regionals because they don't really touch that. But yeah, in nationals, it does look pretty good. I feel like there's a little bit more pre-production that could happen in terms of the stream, but they do an okay job.
Do you think, what I think would be cool and I think League of Legends did this a very long time ago.
Mhm.
Maybe a little bit of a tap into what the players are saying during the match
Oh,
as
that
like
would
a
be so
recap,
nice. Yeah.
like to what they're saying to each other, because they do talk to each other, just to know what's going through their head. You know, I mean that could also
Mm.
be dangerous, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be dangerous for who?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what they're allowed to say to each other there.
that's fair. So, like, if there's a little bit of like under the
Aggressive
table
banter.
negotiation, yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
fair
aggressive
too.
banter. I don't
Aggressive
know.
banter. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why would you click that, bro?
Oh, I would really hope that people don't do that in the
No, I hope
semifinals
not
and
either.
quarterfinals and stuff. That's just BM.
I would have loved to hear. You remember? I think it was NAIC last year, 2023. Judy Azzarelli looks to the stage and he says, "Watch this." I would
Oh,
love to
yeah.
hear that. It just looks and say, "Watch this."
Well, absolutely. Like if he
Yeah.
actually said, if those words actually came out, then yeah. Otherwise, if he just mouthed it, and it's like, oh, okay, well, fine.
Yeah.
But still, I really hope that we see at NAIC this year, like a short clip of Judy doing exactly that. I hope they're like keeping it in like reserve and just like, okay, if Judy's here, if he, you know, starts to win a little bit, we put together a little sizzle reel and we put that up on screen. I so badly want to see it happen.
I never realized that after day one, the production team probably has to work really hard after day one to put together those reels, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
We're all out partying and having a good time. Production team's working.
The editors, they take that back to their little editing suite, likely their hotel, and they just start cutting clips as quickly as possible.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What a time.
And that's the thing. Like people, they often complain about, you know, ticket prices for these kind of things. And yes, to a certain extent, like there is a lot of extra money that kind of goes into this thing that, you know, doesn't necessarily need to happen, but they have been improving it every year. And with that does unfortunately come a cost. So the thing that I do when I go to these things, if I'm sitting there thinking like, oh man, this ticket costs like 60, 80 bucks. Like why'd it cost so much? Like that's what I'm going to be on the lookout for those 3 days. It's like, okay, what's the value that I've paid for here? And like, it is there.
Well, here's the thing that I think people also need to appreciate. I have a newfound appreciation for this because yesterday night I just spent like what's nearly $700 buying wrestling tickets.
Sure.
But you know, and the majority of that money wasn't even for the tickets. At least to be a spectator for Pokemon, if all you're going there to do is spectate, dude, it's $10 with like $1 taxes, no fees, nothing else, nothing hidden.
Absolutely, that's the thing. Like for me, and I've said this on the podcast already that I'm going to NAIC. Kevin's going to NAIC. The difference between the two of us is I'm actually not going to be competing this time. I'm going to be just chilling, watching people. I've really always just kind of been about the vibes in Pokemon anyway. So I'm like, all right, let's just go and have the vibes. So paying for my spectator ticket and paying for Joanna's spectator ticket so that we both can just be there and exist. It cost less than the actual ticket to play.
It's probably going to cost less than lunch at the venue. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my day there with my wife is cheaper than any one competitor's, which isn't really a flex because it's like, what do I get out of it? Potentially nothing. But hey, we'll see.
You get a time.
I do. I get to hang out with my buddies and we get to have Buffalo Wild Wings, I think.
Maybe. Are we really going to do that in New Orleans where we can actually have food though?
No, we can't.
Yeah, right.
We can't do that. Yeah.
We can actually have real food in this place. It's not like we're going to Ohio this time where there's just bar and pub food.
That's interesting. Yeah.
We can have actual culturally based food.
Sure. Sure. We're nice and close to the ocean, so the lobster is real good.
No,
that's all I can think about. I want to. We're definitely going to do a food tour.
A food tour. We're going to do the Guidi and do a food tour.
Yeah, I'm literally going for food. But it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Are we really going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings? No, I don't think so. But
They have endless wings now.
yeah, I did see that. But wasn't it endless boneless wings?
Oh, is it boneless?
Yeah.
Whack. I guess those are easier to make in general.
I know that I've said this on the podcast before, but we're like 200 and something episodes in. And I'm sure I said it around episode 3.
Oh, that's a pretty good day to guess the Pokemon, but continue.
What?
It's a pretty good day to guess the number Pokemon of today's episode, but
oh yeah, that's
we'll do
that's
that.
True.
Finish your thought first.
It is 214. The thing about boneless for me, and vegetarians and vegans look away for a second, but the thing about boneless is I've had this saying with my friends for years now that boneless is just the second best version of everything. So if you're ever thinking of like what's, I don't know, a discount situation, you're thinking of a boneless situation.
Okay. So not too many days ago, I played Boneless Curum on the channel.
There you go. There you go. Like Boneless Curum with bone in is Baxcalibur.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A good Pokemon.
Yeah. Why play this when you can play that? Why play Clefable when you can play Clefairy? Clefable is boneless Clefairy.
The other way around, yes.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm more of a traditional wing guy myself. I just like having something inside the meat that I'm eating. Something about grinding up the meat and then pasting it together in the shape of a tender. I don't know how I feel about it. Just give me the wing.
I will say this experience of me going to nationals will probably be my most critical
your moist critical,
like my moist critical experience yet. No, my like I will be very critical on the production of it this time around. I want to see what it is that I can see if I'm not blinded by the fact that I need to be focusing for a game. Because like I let a lot of things. I would love to.
Michael the cameraman.
Yeah, that could be fun. I'll just get a bunch of B-roll of you and our friends playing what's this game called?
You can actually buy the lens that's sitting in your Amazon cart and and use it.
Genius. Never thought of that. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's Pokedoku a little bit. We do have, as you know, what people would not expect by this point in the podcast, because we've just been talking about not Pokemon stuff. We do have some Pokemon stuff to talk about today. We have Santiago, Chile, that happened from May 18th to 19th, past couple of days. We do have the top 4 from that. And this one's a pretty interesting, yet again, turnout result. But first, we thought it'd be fun to do a little round of Pokedoku. Now, if you haven't been around the podcast before, you still don't really understand what Pokedoku is. We do this off of Pokedoku.com, Pokedoku.com. And it's basically a cross from, as you'd think, Pokemon and Sudoku. You need to choose, it's not even Sudoku, but whatever. There's a column and there's a row. You need to at the intersection of those columns and rows, choose the Pokemon that is that column or row's title. So for us, the first one that we're going to be doing is water on the rows and flying on the columns. So we need to think of a water flying Pokemon, one that people don't really know, one that people wouldn't use often because the most unique answers get the most points.
I'm going to say Cramorant, although I feel like a lot of people are going to say Gyarados and Wingull, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was thinking Ducklet.
Oh, wow, that's so much better than Cramorant.
You think so?
Yeah, no one knows what a ducklet is. That's the forgotten duck. It's literally the ugly duckling.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
commit. I said Cramorant. You know, if you get more points, you've earned it.
Okay.
Cramorant. It's asking me if I'm sure. No.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 7.9 on Cramorant.
Wow. People know Cramorant less than they know Ducklet. Ducklet was at 9%.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, where's my Cramorant represent? Cramorant's a Unite Pokemon.
That's
Come on,
true.
guys.
That's true. All of our Unite fans are missing. Okay, so we're staying on water. Let's finish the water row first. We've got water and Kanto.
Why does my brain initially goes to Goldeen?
Sure.
But I'm going to say Shelder.
I'm going to say Shelter. I'm not going to go with Squirtle. I'm not going to go with Magikarp. Not going to go with oh gosh, there's got to be more.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
Really?
water types in Kanto, yeah.
Poliwag.
Tentacool.
I'm going to go with Poliwag.
Shelter was kind of goated.
Yeah, what was Shelter?
I got 3% on the dot.
Ooh, Poliwag was 3.6. So you're doing better than me, but
slowly.
not by
that could
that
change.
Much. Yeah.
That can change. Oh, Mike, you just murdered your mic. Yeah, I can't hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, every time you hit that thing, it like crinkles a little bit.
Well, not going to hit it anymore. Okay, so water and dual type.
Water, and that could be any. I could do Cramorant again. No.
You could do Cramorant again.
Water, that's easy. That could be anything. So, okay. Dual type water.
Okay.
It could be anything, but I can't think of anything.
I've got one.
Palkia.
Fair.
Palkia Origin specifically.
Yeah. I am gonna go with Surskit.
Oh, Surskit's good too. There's so many of these.
Did you already put one in?
Yeah, I put in regular Palkia. I didn't go Origin.
And you got
1%.
Wow, you're
on the
man,
dot.
People are seriously thinking of Palkia less than they're thinking of Surskit. Dude,
it's literally a restricted. What's Surskit?
It's a box legendary, my guy. Surskit was 1.4.
Oh, hardly a difference though.
Yeah, hardly. Okay, so flying and fighting. So we're still on the flying column, yeah, Hawlucha, and that's
the only one.
Row is fighting. I'm pretty sure Hawlucha is the only one.
I think so. I'm gonna put it in. That's all
I
know.
Wait.
Flying and fighting.
No, I'm thinking of what's the stork one? The new one. It's rock. Is it rock?
That's dark and flying.
It's dark, right?
But it has rock stab for some reason.
Oh, Flamigo.
Oh, that's a new one. Okay. You do Flamigo, I'll do Hawlucha.
Okay. Sure.
I'm pretty sure it's like 50-50. Yeah, it's close to 50-50, but you got the better one. Is it? Yeah, because I got 54.2.
Okay, because Flamigo, I got 22.8.
Oh, so there's another one.
There's got to be.
No way.
We'll
what
think
is it?
of it. We'll table that. We'll come back to it. Fighting Kanto, we've got Punchy Man and Kicky Man.
Are those the only ones?
Oh, and Choppy.
No, you got Mankey.
Oh, Mankey.
You got Mankey, Machamp. I'm gonna do Mankey. I like Mankey.
I'll do. Okay, if there's one other fighting type apart from Mankey, Machop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, then like that's gonna be it.
Well, I got 12% on Mankey, so.
Okay, well, I'll just go for that then. Let's say Machoke. What did you get on Mankey?
12.4.
Wow, Machoke got 10.6.
Okay, so you got a better one.
Yeah. All right, and then fighting dual type.
Flamigo.
Yeah, Hawlucha.
Whatever the third one is.
Okay.
Fighting dual type. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Meditite.
Okay. That's good.
Wait, is that dual type? I'm gonna do Medicham. I'm gonna do Medicham instead because I'm not sure.
I see. I'm going to do Lucario.
It's a good one.
I feel like people think of that as a steal before they think of it as a fighting.
I put in Mega Medicham.
Okay, smart. And?
I got 2.3.
2.3. I got 5.4.
Okay.
There are a lot of fighting types out there, so.
Yeah, this dual type thing doesn't really make a big difference on it.
Okay, so our three columns, flying, Kanto, and dual type. Our three rows are water, fighting, and G-Max form. So we need to think of G-Max flying, Kanto, and dual type Pokemon.
G-Max flying. Charizard.
No, but yeah.
You could do Charizard. You could do Corviknight. Not Orbeetle. I'm gonna do Charizard.
Okay. Wait, so this is for flying, right?
Yeah, Charizard flying Gmax. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 24%.
Yeah, I feel like a flying type Butterfree might be pretty good.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. That's probably a lot better than Charizard. I forgot that was a Pokemon.
Okay, let's do that. It's 32.3 though.
Never mind. That's worse.
And now for our Kantos. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go Gmax Meowth.
Ooh, I go Eevee.
Okay. What'd you get?
Let me see. 8.
Yeah, Meowth was 9.1. Stuff I'm thinking must be too common.
I'm sneaking under you hardly.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, these are 2 really good scores.
Yeah, I mean, we're really close. Absolutely. And then dual type.
A dual type Gmax.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do Orbeetle.
Orbeetle? Yeah. I will say Appleton. Okay. Appleton was 2.5.
Okay. I got a 5.6. So that's a better one.
Okay. So what was your overall unique score?
I was 119.
Really? I was 97.
Jeez. Wow. Oh, you got a better unique score than I did.
Yeah.
Well, GG.
Well, GG.
I think the Hawlucha helped you.
So the most unique was 66. So we were close. The most common for the water row was Pelipper, Squirtle, and Volcanion. Neither of us got any of those.
No.
For fighting, it was Hawlucha, Hitmonlee, and Lucario. Lucario was most common. Oops.
Wow.
But even at 5.4%, like most common, that it doesn't hurt that much. And then most common Gmaxes were Corviknight, Venusaur, and Venusaur again.
Venusaur.
Physical.
What's the least common? Oh, Mantike?
Yeah.
I was hoping the Flamigo would show us what the other fighting flying type is, but it doesn't. So now I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, really. Fighting flying Pokemon. What have we got? Well, it just says Hawlucha on first
out of
glance.
The 3 current.
Galarian Zapdos.
Wow. Yeah, that guy. Oh, boy. Someone's yelling at us. Tatsugiri Droopy was a 0.4% on water and dual type. Wow. Truly. That's a good one.
Truly. Because I guess even within Tatsugiri, you have to specify. They're all considered different Pokemon. Charizard was one of the least common Gmaxes. You got that. But that's great. A lot of these, they're like 1%ers. Like 1% of people chose Slowbro for Kanto Water. 0.5 clocked Pomo as fighting dual type.
I forgot it is a fighting dual type.
I think they just forgot that it exists.
There's Pamo.
I'm livid that Flapple Gmax and Appleton Gmax, they're actually the same percentage.
I think they're technically the same Pokemon, aren't they? They just look the same, right? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why they did what they did with that. I still disagree with it. Give me different designs. Come on, guys.
Give me different designs.
Give me different.
Okay. Let's go to Santiago, Chile, huh?
I'm there already.
Oh, what?
I'll meet you here.
Without? You went without?
I opened the page, yes.
Oh, okay. So Santiago, Chile was on May 18th to 19th. What were you doing on May 18th to 19th, bud?
Was that Mother's Day?
No, it's for you. Was it?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
18th to 19th. What day was that?
The week after Mother's Day.
It's probably at work.
Yeah, that's fair.
How was that work? It was Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you what 153 people were doing. They were playing some VGC Regulation G.
Can you read the organizer's name? Because I think it sounds funny.
Big Bang Copag.
Copag.
Oh, yeah. And if I click into that, oh, cool. So that's like the, who are the one, like the overload of that. Okay, cool.
Big Bang Copag.
Big Bang Copag. All right. And we have the top 4 winners from Santiago, Chile. There were enough people for this to be a prized event. So the person who came in first got their 2024 Worlds invite, 200 championship points, and $6,000.
Money.
And then scaling down from there. Second got 4,000 and 160 championship points. Third and fourth got 2,000 with 130 championship points. And fifth to eighth got $1,000 US and 100 championship points. Now, the fun thing about our top four is that 3 out of the 4 of them came in with a good dog.
Yep.
The gooder boy, Zamazenta.
But, the same people that think Zamazenta is good are the same people that thought Incineroar was going to be mid.
Well, you know what? 7 out of the 8 of these guys are also bringing Incineroar. So what's that say?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only one, funny enough, who didn't bring the Incineroar is the person who won it.
Oh, see, that's all you got to do to win a regional.
Yeah,
leave the cap behind.
Is pretty mid. So, talking about the different teams here, coming in fourth, we have Renzo Navarro coming in with a Fluttermane, Incineroar, Pelipper, Amoonguss, Zamazenta, and Raging Bolt. Just a very solid team. You've got that Pelipper Rain in there. The Amoonguss is in full effect. Raging Bolt, which is just on everything.
Yeah, this is the standard Zamazenta team right now. This is the team that kind of really helps Zamazenta propel forward. And Zamazenta being an incredibly good counter to Terapagos, for example, and just like the majority of the meta.
Mm-hmm. You can kind of choose whether you're going like a physical route or a special route just by making a small change here. So again, we've got Fluttermane, Incineroar, Pelipper, Amoonguss, Zamazenta, and Raging Bolt, but you could swap out the Fluttermane for an Urshifu and make your team a lot more physical than it was special with the Fluttermane. But that really just kind of goes up to whatever kind of matchups you will be facing. But you will see this often, this sub out for Urshifu from the Fluttermane. Going on to third, we've got Dorian, who ended up bringing Terapagos, Clefairy, the Koraidon killer, Incineroar, Wellspring, Ogerpon, Tornadus, and Volcarona.
See, Volcarona is an interesting adaptation right now because a lot of Terapagos teams struggle against Zamazenta for obvious reasons.
Sure.
Because body press. So Volcarona is a pretty decent swap in for Terapagos, right? Because Zamazenta, it can't body press it. It can't resist it. And it can't go for heavy slam on it. And it has flame body. Some Volcaronas also carry Rage Powder. This one wasn't. So you can actually redirect the Zamazenta's attacks into it too.
True. Not to mention the fact that you can, go for flamethrowers and actually do some pretty decent damage against that.
Clefairy with Friend Guard is also kind of a niche pick, but it's good, especially against Trick Room. What you're able to do is just after you and stuff if you want to do that, but this one, again, wasn't doing that.
And again,
they are running Moonblast.
Yeah. And again, I have to say, it is carrying Moonblast. And Koraidons, beware, you're in for a scare.
No Koraidons in top 8 here.
Nope. The closest Koraidon, I've already done this math, is number 23.
You know what's crazy? Not a Koraidon or Miraidon, not a single box legend here.
No, you're right.
Yeah, we got every single Calyrex, 2 Terapagos, and then a bunch of dogs.
Yeah. Lots of Zamazenta. No Zacian. Coming in third, we've got Luciano LaRose, who went in with an Urshifu, Raging Bolt, Zamazenta, Pelipper, Incineroar, and Amoonguss. Basically the exact thing that we were talking about for number 4. But there it is with the substitution from Fluttermane to Urshifu. This is a much more physical comp. And honestly, kind of depending on whoever goes first between Urshifu and Fluttermane, 1-for-1, something's going down.
I wonder what this mirror match with first place looked like. It's not a mirror match, but like the Zamazenta mirror. I'm wondering what that looked like.
That's true. Because was it a mirror match?
No, it was a Zamazenta mirror match. It was first and
true.
second place.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team the rest of the team is actually very different. Like not a single Pokemon is similar except for Zamazenta and Pelipper.
Mm-hmm. In what situations would you want to bring your Raging Bolt in on a game? In like most situations, is that the thing?
I think so. Raging Bolt just in general deals really well into like it resists of every single Ogerpon.
Right.
It resists Incin, it resists Rillaboom, resists Pelipper. It can one-shot Pelipers. It deals with Ogres. Ogres aren't really that prevalent, but if you're ever against one, it can get rid of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's also just really hard to KO. Like it's not a slacker. It sits there, it lives forever, and it doesn't mind.
And that's why everyone brings it. Okay. And again, yeah, like the amount of Raging Bolts that were in top 8, there were 6 out of the top 8 teams that had Raging Bolt. The only ones that didn't bring it ended up getting 1st and 3rd. So again, if that says something, who knows? But that they did it.
I think it's a pretty good Pokemon. Still not a lot of Iron Hands representation here. I think Iron Hands is still a little sleeper. It needs time. It's cooking.
It's cooking. I'm trying to see when the first Iron Hands at 30 and 31st place both brought Iron Hands, and then not Food's a single one above that. Yeah,
it's okay. Food's not ready. They're still cooking.
Food's not ready. They're still cooking. Coming in first, we have Hans Pizarro, who again went away with their 2024 World's Invite, 200 championship points, and $6,000 US. Who came in with an Ogerpon Hearthflame, a Fluttermane, a Chenpao, a Pelipper, a Zamazenta, and a Rillaboom.
Changing things up.
Yeah.
Instead of the Amoonguss, brought the Rilla. Instead of the Incin, brought the Ogerpon. Instead of the Raging Bolt, brought a Fluttermane.
Still brought the Zamazenta, though.
Still
brought that Zamazenta. The strange thing is the overlapping common Pokemon here are Zamazenta and Pelipper. And like, really, just can we just think about those 2 Pokemon for a second? Pelipper and Zamazenta. That's wild.
Listen, the fact that Pelipper is played and Kyogre isn't is just funny to me. It's really funny. And you know what's even funnier? That the people are actually running Gastro to prepare for Pelippers. I see in 7th place there's a Gastrodon.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, and clearly that person had something had something going there, because just looking for the second Gastrodon in this list, like that was the only person in all of top 64.
You know what I'm noticing in top 64 though? How many Clefairies there are.
So there are so many Clefairies. There was 1 Gastrodon in all of top 64. There are like 10 Clefairies.
There's 2 Clefairies in top 8. There's so many more in top 64. It's nuts. Wow.
Honorable. Okay. You know what I need to do? I need to do like honorable mentions to the one-offs in top 64. Because I'm seeing like 1 Indeedee. I'm seeing like 1 Ditto in there. Like you'll deserve some recognition for that.
Low-key Ditto is really good though.
Yeah.
I had a time on the channel with Ditto. I had a really good time. It's like, okay, so here's the thing with Ditto, and this is relevant because we're talking about Zamazenta so much. So if Zamazenta sits there and sets up to +6, Ditto copies those stats.
Right.
Bring in Ditto, take it. Now you have a +6 Zamazenta too. It's just bad. And the thing is, if you're a Ditto with Ghost, you win that 1v1. If you're a Ditto with a Ghost Terra, which is like a great Terra for Ditto anyway, you just win the 1v1. What does the Zamazenta do to you? Lose.
I feel like Ditto is something that you deal with at team select. Like you do not bring your setup mons if you see a Ditto on the other side, on the other person's team, because you know that they're living to copy your stats.
Listen, man, if I can convince my opponent at team preview to leave his Zamazenta behind, I'm down. I'm like, fine, no problem.
Exactly. Go for it. Go for it. Be my guest.
I'll copy something else. I don't need the Zama.
Okay. So that was Santiago, Chile. It was a fun time. Again, we're a week, 2 weeks out from New Orleans National.
Don't say that.
That's gonna be.
I haven't even started building my team yet.
That's gonna be a good time.
I'm actually trying to make it from scratch so I don't get yelled at.
So for those people out there who are also going to be at New Orleans, who are also going to be doing regionals or doing MSSs or doing side events or whatever, what are some things that they can be doing right now, 2 weeks out, to prepare?
Playing Showdown.
Sure.
Honestly, though, playing a lot of Showdown.
Sure.
Other than that, I think they're gonna release a preview of NAIC on the 31st of this month. I was reading about that. That's gonna explain to you where all the places are, all the venues. There's gonna be a quiet room. I don't know if you saw the map. I posted it on the Discord. Yeah, all the locations. It's a 2-floor event, so that's kind of cool.
That is gonna be neat. Yeah. One thing that if I can give any advice to people out there right now, go and play with your friends. Like
practice best of 3. Yeah,
practice best of 3s with your friends. You can of course practice best of 3s on Showdown now if you want to, but I think that the best way for you to get better is to play against somebody else and to talk about what happened in the game, and then run it back. Say like, okay, now that we know all the things that we know about each other's teams, play it again. See what happens.
Practice with an open team sheet.
Yeah.
Don't rely on sleeper strats or special terras. Like if you're, in my opinion, this isn't just because I'm a side spam player. It's because I'm a decent human being that's trying to tell you how to win. If you're going to an event and your way to counter side spam is in Prison Trick Room, I promise you it's not going to work. Because they're going to see the team sheet, they're going to read in Prison Trick Room, and they're just going to blow you up instead. Because that's just the reality of the thing, right? It's like that's a certain thing that will work on best of 1 ladder like 95% of the time, unless you're a goated side spam player that memorizes the exact location of Pokemon and you know exactly what team that is from what rental code,
right?
And you know it has Prison Trick Room on it. That's the difference between like an open team sheet and a closed team sheet. You're allowed to get through with cheesy stuff like that, but you can't run away from that in open team sheet.
Nope.
Same thing with like special terras too. Weird terras like ground type and DDs and stuff.
Yeah. Keep in mind that most of the strats that you're thinking of doing, your opponent can also pretty much decide that you're going to be doing that kind of strategy by looking at your open team sheet. Betting on your opponents not knowing what it is that they're doing and not understanding the game very well is, I mean, it can carry you for the beginning of the games. And, you know, if you start to lose, then some of the people in the lower brackets, they might not understand that. But if you're looking to get, you know, your day 2 entry by getting, you know, higher than a 6-3 Swiss score, then you're going to need to respect your opponents, and you're going to need to build something that is just objectively good, not that is, you know, gimmicky. And you have to be really honest with yourself about if it's one or the other.
Counter the meta. Bring wide guard. Have something for Zamazenta. As you can see, it's good. Have something for, okay, I'm gonna help you out, guys. Have something for Zamazenta, Tarappa, Ghosts, and both Calirexes. If you don't,
oh, is that it? Cool.
I mean, that's priority.
Got it.
Find something for those couple of guys. They do pretty good.
They tend to be pretty nice out there. Yeah. You may want to incorporate things like a Pelipper. You definitely probably want to bring in a Raging Bolt just because it fits. It just, you know, if it sits, it fits. If it fits, it sits. Maybe bring in Incineroar or Hearthflame Ogerpon, but like really focus on your cores. Good fundamentals will win NAIC. It always does.
Grasswater Fire, Still Dragon Fairy, etc., etc.
That it hurts them.
That actually scared me.
Yeah, same.
That was terrifying.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Last thing. In last week's episode, VGC All Around the World, episode 213, by the way, what is this week's Pokemon? Yes. Oh, yeah. By the way, what is Pokemon 214?
Okay. Are we still in Johto? I think
we are still in Johto. We're still in Johto for another 40 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah. We've got another year of this before.
Oh, well, we're in Johto for a long time. That's a pretty small deck. So I'm surprised we left Johto ever.
I'm going with Kingdra. I think it's about time.
I am going to go with...
I think you're probably pretty close on Shuckle. Although, have we already figured out the Shuckle is an earlier one?
I have no idea. I forgot Shuckle. I'm going to say Delibird.
Delibird. Okay. Delibird number. Delbert is number 225. We'll see you in 11 episodes.
I'll forget.
You're you're close. And then King.
I'm actually gonna be a wrestling fan before I say Delibird again.
That's fair. Kingdra's 230. So we'll see you in 16 episodes. So what is Pokemon?
Are we second guessing?
No. Pokemon 214. Ooh, this is fun. Here, one sec. I'll give you a little Dexit for it.
Oh, perfect.
Ready? Here we go.
Let me be the guesser.
Yeah. Well, I've already figured out what it is. Why doesn't it give the
this
Dex
Pokemon
entries anymore?
Doesn't file its taxes.
Yeah, this Pokemon has no concept of taxes. All right. With powerful legs and claws, it generates enough power to hurl foes over great distances.
Sneasel.
No.
Oh.
No, Sneasel can't hurl nothing.
Hurls foes over great. It throws people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thrower.
Yeah. Not a shower.
Is it a fighting type?
It is part fighting. Yeah, sure.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
What's a fighting type from that? There are no fighting type. Is it Tyrogue?
It is not Tyrogue.
There's other Hitmontop.
It is not. I'm going to give you another one.
Are there other fighting types in that generation?
Oh, yeah, sure. A tremendous influx of energy builds it up. But when Mega Evolution ends, this Pokemon is bothered by terrible soreness in its muscles.
It's a Mega?
It has a Mega.
Ampharos?
No.
No, that's not throwing people. It's a fighting Mega. Wow, this is bad because it's been like 10 years since I cared about Megas.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, we're getting close.
I know there's Mega Machamp. That's not it. I know there's Mega Metachamp. That's not it. Wrong generation.
Sure. Okay.
Was it from Oras or X and Y? It's not Blaziken. It can't be Blaziken.
It was from... The Mega was from Oras.
Oh, that's even worse. I skipped through that game.
I feel like the next one I
go
give
back
you,
and replay that. But
it's fun. Yeah, I feel like the next one I give you is probably going to get you there.
Trigger my memory. Hold on.
Don't
give
it
to
me
me
when
yet.
you want it. Yeah.
I'll go through the fighting types. Let's see.
Okay.
Johto. Wow.
Yeah.
This has to be a very forgotten Pokemon for it to receive a Mega.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's not Gallade.
I'd say it's kind of forgotten.
Not Lucario.
No.
There's so many fighting Megas. What the heck?
Yeah, that's true. It's like the one that you haven't said.
It's not Lopunny.
No, I guess it's another one that you haven't said. I guess there were just truly a lot of fighting Megas. I wonder if they were just that weak.
Is someone yelling at me right now in the comments? I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
just
always.
Bear with me. Have patience. You guys ever hear about the word patience?
No.
Just tell me how many feet it has.
It has 2 feet.
How many hands does it have?
Also 2.
What color is it?
Blue.
Blue?
Mm-hmm.
It's a blue fighty.
Yeah.
The only blue Pokemon in Johto is Meryl.
No.
It's the only one.
No.
And it's not Hitmontop, but it's blue.
Correct. All right, I'm going to give you the last one.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't get it through this, then we have other problems. But
yeah, there's serious problems.
Yeah, it gathers in forests to search for tree sap, its favorite food. It's strong enough to hurl foes.
It sucks trees?
Yeah.
It's a tree sucker.
Yep.
Pinsir is flying.
Pinsir is flying.
Scizor is not a fighting type.
Scizor is not a fighting type.
It's also not blue.
But what would you guess the other type is? Start there.
Trees?
Trees?
Well, no, you said it's a tree sucker. So
yeah, so
it'd have to be bug. Oh, bug fighting.
Sure.
Heracross is Gen 2?
Heracross is Gen 2, my guy.
Brother, I ignored that because I thought Heracross was Pinsir's other thing.
What?
Aren't Heracross and Pinsir like counterparts?
They are.
That's why they both got megas?
They do make them rivals in the series. I do remember that. But no, it's Pinsir and Scyther.
Oh.
Yeah. Gen 1, it's Pinsir and Scyther.
Heracross is an XY Mega, Michael. You're also
Is it?
lied to me. Yes, it's an XY Mega. That one came around really fast. It has Skill Link.
Oh, that's interesting. On Bulbapedia, it gives the X and Y Pokedex entries, but it gives. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't give Mega Heracross. I guess Mega Pokedex entries weren't until Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Maybe. I don't know.
I forgot Megas were in that game too. Yeah, you're right.
Megas were in that game too.
They kept them out. Yeah, they kept them around for a year. That's why that metagame sucked, because you had Z Crystals, Megas, and together. And
it wasn't good?
Just too many things one-shot you. It's like, okay, what's the point of playing this game?
I feel like they could do Megas and Terrestrialization pretty safely.
Yeah, only if Megas weren't allowed to terrestrialize, yes. I think Megas shouldn't be allowed to terrestrialize, or else you can make a ghost-type Kangaskhan, and I'm not playing that game.
No, thanks.
Or a normal Terra parental bonded Kangaskhan.
Yeah, make Kangaskhan even more overpowered. I'm sure there would be some Pokemon where terrestrialization is better than their Megas.
I can't wait to play Mega Terra normal E-Speed Mega Rayquaza. It's going to be so fun. Or, or Terra Flying Dragon Ascent with Mega Rayquaza, who can now hold a Choice Band too. Just cause.
All right. We'll do the Q&A next week. I think that'll be fun, because there were a lot of good answers. That was a Ask Us Anything and question and answer Q&A period. And I think I'm going to do that again for this episode. And then next week we'll do just like a big Q&A drop. So if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, go to the Spotify Q&A, go to the YouTube comments, and go and just post a question. This is the end of the podcast. So statistically, people are probably not listening at this point. But if you are, go and pop in a question in the comments, in the Q&A. And next week, Kevin and I will get to them.
Fun.
Until then, have yourselves a great week. Bye.
Bye.